So today we would like to look at introductory portions of productivity and quality management. Productivity and quality management. Very fascinating, interesting, useful topics. No matter what you are doing at work, in your life, generally speaking, productivity and quality management is something which is going to help you if you can understand how to be more productive, how to improve quality of your work. If you are managing other people, how to improve their productivity, their quality of work. Um, Generally, quality of various issues in your life or outside of work. Anything you would want to think about productivity and quality management is something which is going to be useful. Any field you would want to go in, it doesn't matter, you want to go in accounting, marketing, finance, doesn't matter. Or maybe you are not into these things and maybe you are doing something else, fine arts, you are an artist, whatever you are. Productivity and quality management, the scope is quite broad, and that is how we would want to look at it, with a broader scope, with a broader lens. Try to read around various issues in productivity and quality management. Maybe try to understand what are the issues we personally face in our lives, because no one can know you yourself better than anyone else. Uh, but the problem sometimes is that we don't spend a lot of time with ourselves. We don't maybe try to really understand ourselves many times, but that is for another time. So productivity and quality management. Yes. If I ask you, let's say, uh, what is quality to you? A simple, basic question. What is quality? How do you define quality? Um, how would you respond to that type of question? Anyone can participate in that. What is quality? Start thinking about it at least. If something comes in your mind, share with us. What is quality? So as you would want to think about it, for different people, quality is different. For some people, durability of a product or service, that is quality. How long lasting it is. For other people, maybe the price is the quality. How affordable it is. On the other hand, how expensive it is. Some people are sometimes brand conscious. So maybe if a product or service is coming from a specific person or specific group, specific business, uh, people tend to associate that it must be a quality product or service because it is coming from that entity. Same thing with productivity. For example, when you are hiring some type of top CEOs, top companies are hiring CEOs. Uh, if they have managed big companies, lot of people, and showed that their business has been profitable over a period of time, people would generally like to associate productivity with that type of person. Although again there are different dimensions to it, because when you are working with big companies, it is not one man show. uh, One person might be the face of the company, the CEO or whatever, but a lot of people are working behind the scenes. uh, Try to think about just like a movie, some TV show which you enjoy watching, some Netflix or anything, whatever is coming to your mind. You are most of the time just familiar with the actor or actress or the people who are on the screen, but try to think about what goes behind the scene. The people who are on the set, the lighting people, sound quality, all of various type of people are there. But we generally are not familiar with that, and then we are saying that a certain actor or actress is more productive or giving more quality work. Nothing to take away from them, of course. They must have something in them. That is why you like them. Uh, but maybe they are signing the contracts or signing with the groups or group of people who are productive, who give out of their job description, if I can say that. Uh, and because they are working with those type of people there, and they are also intrinsically motivated to work hard, their work also shines. So start thinking about that. But let me come back to you. Can anyone say something on that? What is productivity to you? How do you define productivity? What is quality to you? How do you define quality? Any thoughts? If someone can maybe say something. Felicia, Mark, Monique, Samantha, Shauna, Wendy, 6 people. We can have maybe 6 thoughts. What is productive? What is quality? Um, which think about this. Think about this. Think about the product or service you like. Any product, any service. Maybe you like in cars, which brands you like. In computers, laptops, phones, which products, which companies you like. Uh, why do you think that they are giving more quality than their competition? What are the things they are doing to make you believe that they are of a superior quality? Um, um, so as you would think about this in the broader scope, broader scheme of things, you would find that quality is an attribute. Different people look at it uh, very differently. Um, for me, quality can be the look or aesthetics of the feel of the product or service. Uh, for someone else, it might not be the look. They might be looking at usefulness, the attributes, like a usage interface, how easy the interface is, how easy to maneuver the product and service. For other people, it can be service, the customer service or after sales service, or if something goes wrong, how the company deals with you. uh, so depending on what product, what service you are looking at, quality is going to be quite diversified topic. So please find some time to think about it. Productivity, quality, what is quality to you, um, and so on. If you can open your if you can open your website, you would find the material there. Maybe, as I was saying maybe earlier, open your website and start looking at it, and as I'm speaking, maybe start thinking about those lines. So Samantha is maybe commenting something. Quality for me is a standard or a certain characteristic I associate a product or service with, like a clothing brand. Very interesting. Standards. So to maintain, and that is why it is very important for you to participate in the discussions, because sometimes maybe something I'm skipping something, but when you will make some pointer, I would be able to speak on it and share my thoughts with you. So I will say what I have to say, but if you will contribute to the discussion, I think it will, the quality of our interaction is going to improve, but it is up to you. Quality for me is a standard. Yeah, Samantha is saying standard. So we must speak about standards. If a company or a product or service, it wants to be of a certain quality. It has to meet some standards which clients, customers have set as they are buying that product. And to understand that, you buy, for example, pens. If you are buying um, a, a pen which is maybe not very expensive, maybe 200 Jamaican dollars, 300 Jamaican dollars, 100, whatever, the cheapest pens. Yeah, you are not expecting maybe much from that. If the ink leaks, or if it stops working, or if I borrow it from you, you maybe will not really worry about it, that okay, if I take it with me, it's okay, no problem. No big deal. But if it is an expensive pen, and you have spent maybe 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 Jamaican dollars on that ballpoint or pen, whatever. If someone borrows it from you to write something, you are going to be a little bit, you would want it back or something like that. Uh, so what is that? What is that? So it is linked with standards. So the company which is selling the pen for a higher price, their standards somehow in some dimension are superior than the company which is selling uh, maybe a ballpoint or pen for 200, 300 Jamaican dollars. Let me elaborate on that. If a company wants to, for example, go in overseas market, it has to meet some type of standards. What is that? Those standards. You should read on those. For example, international standards, ISOs, 9000, 9001, 14,000, different type of standards are there. And lately, companies and people and countries are very much interested in environment sustainability. So they are giving more and more standards to be met by companies in terms of environment friendliness, if they want to bring their product or service in their country. And Samantha, thank you very much for bringing this point, standards, here, because it's so many things are coming in my mind. For example, in some countries, they are going for electric cars, and the government is saying that, you can Google as I'm speaking to verify and read more on this, that the countries are saying, especially European, Scandinavian countries, they are saying that if you buy an electric car, there is essentially no tax on that, the government taxes, and you and me know that how many taxes we have to pay when we buy a car, a vehicle. So they are saying if you are buying electric car, there are no taxes, or no taxes for a certain period of time, 5 years, 6 years, something like that. So why they are doing that? Why they are giving that standard? They are giving to protect environment. So more and more people would buy maybe electric cars, and they will not be paying the incentive for them in the beginning, at least. Uh, would be that they would not be paying the taxes in those countries for the car. On the other hand, what the country is achieving, they are achieving less CO2 emissions and so on. So it would improve overall quality, well-being of the population. Maybe the health will not deteriorate too much of the people living in the country, in the longer scheme of things, and so on. So many other dimensions you can think about, just in this example. We are familiar in our own country various initiatives. For example, this recent one, the less use of plastics, bags, trying to cut the use of plastic bags, bringing in paper bags, and so on. What is that? Other countries have done this thing 10 years, 15 years earlier. Um, you can read on that. Plastic bag. Just Google search paper bag usage in different countries. in which years different countries started using paper bags, and you would be astonished. You are going to see some countries have started like 20 years ago, 15 years ago, and so on. So all these things are linked with various standards. So as Samantha is pointing out, as you take on the journey of productivity and quality, maybe to begin with, you would have to set some objectives, some targets. What do you want to achieve? I gave you a simple example of buying a pen, but the company which is making a $300 Jamaican dollar pen is trying to achieve some different targets. They have different clientele. If you compare it with a company which is making a $3,000 ballpoint, and so on, and the prices go all the way till whatever. So the difference in the productivity of the product or service, or the quality of product and service, is essentially the standards they have set for themselves. And you can keep thinking on this. Let's go outside of business. Some other example, because I was saying the productivity and quality goes outside of business world and in our general daily life and in other activities. For example, sports. Um, why Honorable Bolt is is an is a legend, is an icon across, not just for Jamaicans, across the world. Uh, I doubt if there will be people, or who would not have heard about him in any country. Must have heard about him at least. Uh, the running fastest runner in the world. Why he is what he is. Of course, his training and all of those things, his effort, dedication, mindset, all of those things, of course. But it's the standards he has set. Looking at all of his whatever he wanted to achieve, he has set his standards at a certain level, uh, and then he met those standards, and then so on. So standards is a very interesting terminology uh, in productivity and quality management. You can think about local products, uh, Grace Kennedy versus Lasco products. Um, for some people, Lasco is a quality product, maybe because of the price they can get whatever it is. For other people, it's maybe Grace Kennedy because of packaging or because of better marketing campaigns, or maybe better packaging. For different people, it is different. So you might agree with this, or some other company might come in your mind. That is fine, but I hope that you are getting the overall gist of where we are we are we are we are going. um, let me share the screen, maybe, with you guys. um, as you will go on the website, um, you would look at introduction to productivity and quality. We spoke about it a little bit, but the scope, as I was saying, is very large. If something is coming in your mind and you want to speak about something, or you want me to speak on some particular area in productivity and quality management, or any other, as we go along, if something you want me to speak on or give my thoughts, please let me know, and then I can maybe speak a little bit more on that. Quality costs, for example, we're going to talk about it shortly. So let's start looking at maybe the website a little bit. So as you will open it, maybe it is starting with history of quality movement. So the reason maybe for to look at this one is where the quality movement is coming from. Of course, back in the day, people were looking at quality differently. Uh, there was not a lot of modernization, maybe, or maybe not of technologies. Although other people can argue that uh, at that time they had their own maybe quality standards. The standards were maybe different. But then you can maybe, for example, buildings architecture. You look at old buildings like maybe 500, 600, 700 years old, or maybe more. You would be fascinated how those people were able to make those uh, those products, those buildings. The buildings are the products, uh, or whatever you want to think about, which was made by people like 500, 600, 700 years ago. So my point is not that we are like, in terms of quality or productivity, we are superior now, although we are, because of more knowledge and because of technology and experience and so on, learning from mistakes. But still, I won't say that the products back in the day were not of quality. Maybe the standards or the way of looking at a quality product was maybe different. But so from that lens, it is good to maybe spend some time to understand where the quality movement or productivity movement is coming from, how people were, how the thoughts evolved on this, essentially speaking, how people were thinking about it earlier, and then based on the, as the thinking became richer and wider, how people started to reevaluate their thinking and so on, and they still are. For example, I was speaking about environment sustainability 5, 6, 7, 10 years ago in Jamaica. I don't think people were really talking about it. They were not, although globally people were talking about it. Global warming and those type of things, we were listening about those things. But for example, this use of paper bag, how many years ago it came? 2 years, 3 years, something like that. Not very. And still you would see that it percent practiced for one reason or another. Uh, so it is trying to say that it is good to maybe spend some time in understanding where the quality movement is is coming from, who are the top guys in the field, maybe uh, how various issues in quality movement came in. For example, inspection based quality control from 1920s to 1940s, statistical process control 40s to 60s, and so on. Then the introduction of the quality management, total quality management. And we will look at these topics as we go in the semester. But what I'm trying to say is that it is good to, uh, maybe briefly, uh, at least know the basics, what were these people saying. For example, these people, Edward, Deming, Joran, Crosby, they are top guys in the field. They have helped in understanding many concepts which helped improve quality and are still being used, if I can say that. So it is good to spend some time and look into those things. For example, Deming's 14-point philosophy. So Deming is saying that these are the 14 points which, if you want to look at it, it is going to improve the productivity, the quality of the product or service, and so on. For example, look at this number 8. I'm just randomly picking. You can pick any one which you want and think about it. Drive out fear so that everyone may work effectively for the company. So what Deming is maybe saying is that if there are people, employees working in the company, and they have some type of fear, some type of anxiety, if you can drive that out and make them comfortable, so they can maybe focus more on the work and not unnecessarily have fear about things which are maybe not going to impact them, not going to affect them. They are I'm not saying there will be no fear. Yes, everyone, either we agree or not agree, either we know or sometimes we don't know, but everyone has some type of fears which we have consciously or subconsciously. We have some type of anxieties and fear, generally speaking. That is how it is. And that is why I was saying earlier in this conversation or discussion or whatever you want to call it, that we don't spend time with ourselves. It is very important to spend time with ourselves and think about what are the fears, anxieties we have, and how they are knowingly or unknowingly hindering hindering the our productivity, our quality, and so on. Uh, uh, for example, this is summer and summer is short and it's like 6 weeks, 7 weeks, and the summer semester would be over, and we have still to cover like full semester worth of learning or talk or whatever the course objective is. We still have to cover it in a shorter period of time, and you have other responsibilities, other things you have to do, and in that you have to find time, and in that you would have to read so many things and find time, and then you have to prepare for your like your grades and whatever assignments or work you are supposed to do, and prepare for exam and all of those things. So this can cause some type of anxiety or fear that how I will do it, and especially if in the past, you are, if someone, you are not maybe scoring high or something and you are on the border or something like that, or it can create those type of anxieties. But it is all about mindset. You might want to think, for example, that what is the benefit of this anxiety or fear I have? Is it benefiting me or not? Of course it is maybe not benefiting you because a lot of energy is being drained. It would only benefit if it takes away your sleeps and then you are studying all night, and whatever time you get, you start studying or reading or looking at notes. But still, though, that is not productive because you need to you need to sleep and do other things also. So whatever one way to reduce fear is that what is the benefit, is if it is beneficial to you, because sometimes fear also motivates. When we have fear of losing something, we work maybe harder, because we have this fear that we might lose it if we don't work hard. So it can motivate you also, but it can also drain you. It can also, the work you were maybe supposed to do or you would have done, if you are not fearful, it might stop you from doing that basic work also. So that is why it is important to understand yourself, because whatever I am saying, it is not everyone would not would is not suitable for the techniques. There are so many techniques in improving productivity and quality of any product and service, but that those techniques need to be used by looking at who are the people who would be using it, what are their habits, what is their patterns, how they work best, and so on. That is why maybe the role of leadership is so important. But anyways, this is what I was saying, what I have been saying is are my thoughts on point number 8, what Deming said. So, but Deming said that drive out fear so that everyone may work effectively for the company. So that is obviously clear, but I shared my thoughts on that. That in that same way, you should be reading all of these lines and then thinking about those lines. So for example, number 7, institute leadership. Management must lead by example and not just supervise. Leadership should help people to do a job better. And if you think the points I made a while ago, they are linked with leadership. So if leadership should help people to do a job better or improve their job, one way to do is to drive out unnecessary fear, anxiety, doubts. Uh, for example, this is we are in COVID-19 times, and people are sometimes losing their jobs and so on. So, if as a manager you don't intend to make people go, certain people go, maybe you might want to tell them that I don't plan to get rid of you in these time, although you are seeing that companies laying down people. You might want to do that, but then everything has a dark side. What if you tell the person, and the person who might have worked harder thinking that they might be laid off, they become complacent and they become relaxed, and they say, oh, all right, let me take it easy. Yeah, so th- there are various dimensions to all these things. So whatever I'm saying is not casting stone. You have to make your own decision on these things. So these 14 points are worth your time. Please spend some time looking into this. Joran, what Joran is saying, training for the whole organization and so on, the pointers he's making, quality improvement steps, 10 steps he has given. For example, number 2, look at number 2, set explicit goals for improvement. So goal setting, targets based on your objectives. I think I mentioned it a while ago, 5-10 minutes ago, the importance of objectives, as when we were talking about Samantha's point about standards. So set explicit goals for improvement, and set some mechanisms of the same things. All of us have some work experience, and those appraisals, and how our superiors would judge our productivity for the last quarter or for the last year, or if we are managing other people, how we would look at their productivity or what they have done. There would be different boxes, and for every box there would be some criteria or something, whatever it is, and then there would be a scale, 1 to 5 or whatever, and based on the scale, 1 being least productive and 5 most productive, you would rate them. And same concept is in the, you must have done some surveys, Likert scale, 1 to 5 or 1 to 10, however they have made. Yeah, might want to think about that. Crosby, very interesting, very useful information you can find. So what I'm saying is that find out who are the, again, 14 steps for Crosby, whatever he's saying. You might want to, uh, for example, number 4, define and apply the principles of the cost of quality. It's a very interesting concept, cost of quality, and I'm going to speak about it in some time as I scan through my website. So he's saying do this. So essentially what I'm saying, read a little bit about the history, where the quality productivity techniques movements are coming from, how they have improved over a period of time, who are the top guys, what are they saying, and then maybe, as I always say, and those of you who have done courses with me, you would know that I always say that pick a company, organization, product, service of your choice, and then start reading about that, whatever we are doing in the course. So for example, one company which maybe I like, or growing up I liked, now I'm trying to cut my ties with that company. It is hard, but it is work in progress, because the association goes from the time I think I was born. For example, I love the company Pepsi. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say, find some company, all of you like some company, maybe you like Apple, maybe you like Porsche, maybe you like Honda, whatever you like, it doesn't matter. Any good reputable company you like, and read about that company, how they are trying to improve their productivity, what they are doing to make quality products, quality service. Even local company, doesn't really matter. What I'm saying, try to find which company you like and read about these things in the terms of productivity and quality improvements. Why I'm not giving you any company to read about? Because the company I would give you, you might not be very interested in that. So that is fine. You find your own company where what would you want to read about and increase your knowledge. So if you, I'm sure if you will read about the companies you like, it is easier for you to read on that. Because for example, I'm interested in higher education, universities, how various universities are improving their quality of their service, teaching, learning, research in the times of COVID. I'm interested in that and I'm reading about that and all of those things. But you might not be interested in that. You might be working in some bank or something. You are interested in financial institutions. So you should read about financial institutions, how they are improving the productivity and quality. Because the principles would be, you would be able to take from industry to industry, from one industry to another industry. The shape or the way of doing might change here and there, but the essential principles, the key techniques, basics, they are transferable. So I think you should look into that. Some readings I have posted: Introduction to Quality. uh, you might want to start reading them. The fundamentals, for example, very basics. uh, what is, for example, quality? I asked you this question as I started. So as you would read about that, will maybe jog your mind and you would be able to think some things on that. For example, quality in 3D. So maybe this book is for example, uh, new modern technologies, modern techniques are coming, which are improving the quality of uh, of of the product or service. They are talking about 3D here. You might want to look at, based on the company you decide to look at, you might want to see what are the new technologies uh, they are they are using. These are interesting terminologies. Uh, for example, uh, movement movement of truth. Yeah, for movements of truth are instantaneous contacts with customers. So these type of terminologies, maybe as you are going through, you might want to learn a little bit about them, so you can use them if you are talking about quality with anyone, and maybe sound a little bit more authoritative or something like that. Yeah. uh, so these things, I think, in your own time you should be reading about them. Very basic theoretical frameworks to get yourself familiar with. uh, Even if you can scan a little bit uh, when you have time, I think that that would be, these things we would be talking in maybe a little bit more detail as we go on. For example, total quality management, total quality controls. what are what are those things? So but to start with, as we are just starting, you might want to look into this. For example, this one is very interesting: Deming's 14 points. So I just showed you from another reading a while ago. So they are showing it in this point. You might want to look into this, because even in today's time, if you can do these, for example, if you are doing something in at work, and they are asking that, okay, we want to improve the quality of this product or service, how we should go about this. So this is a framework for you. You can take out Deming's 14 points, and from there you can formulate some type of strategy or some type of implementation or way forward, something like that. Yeah. So again, you would see here Philip Crosby, and these are the people who are the top guys. So you would see that they have coined a lot of terms and so on. So I would really encourage that you spend some time reading about these, and if anything you want to maybe talk in more detail, you can maybe in going forward in next sessions you can make some pointers on that, and then I can share my thoughts with you on that, and so on. So I've shared two chapters from two different books. If you Yeah, this is what I really wanted to share with you, that look at here, chapter 1, intro to quality, and again chapter 1, quality. This is one chapter number 1 from one book which I was looking at, and this is another chapter number 1 from another book. So I am giving you two different chapters on the same topic from two different books, and the reason for doing is to introduce you with this concept that whatever you are reading, whatever concept, whatever topic, in whatever field, because we are talking generally about productivity and quality. So whatever you are looking at marketing something, international marketing, for example. So don't just read it from one book. So one book might be prescribed text, and you are looking at international marketing chapter from that book. Find another book online. There are so many free available books online. You just have to run a Google search and find that book, and then read that chapter on that, and then maybe find another book. Maybe read the same topic, same chapter from different books, 2, 3, 4 books. I think that is very interesting way to increase your knowledge about the topic. Just reading one chapter, yes, from one book, that is fine also, you will learn a lot. But if you can read about the same topic from different authors, everyone has their own way of explaining, and everyone emphasis on different dimension of a topic. I think that can help you. But you would see that both chapters started with the same basic question which I asked you in the beginning: what is quality to you? What is productivity to you? How do you define it? They are not really asking in that way. They are just saying that what is what is what is quality. Yeah, the all the material you are asking Felicia about the exam, all the material posted on the website, that is part of exam. And also look at course outline, there are prescribed text on that, so they are also part of the examination. So you would have to read wide around all these things. So look into this chapter also. They are giving you a lot of examples, and so on. And then you can find some, if you would look at different books, different authors, different people like to read written by different authors. Some write in a little difficult way, because the same topic which I am trying to explain, you can make it as difficult as you want. But I am trying to use the basics, the thing which all of us can relate. But then, if you want a little more hardcore type of learning about quality, you can find different authors, and then see. For example, look at this: two views of quality. This is also very interesting, because different people view quality very differently. So there will be different type of views on quality. So what I'm trying to say is that you would have your own viewpoint on quality, productivity, what it is, how it can be improved, how things should be done in a certain environment. But always be wary that there are different ways, different people, different scholars are looking at same topic differently. So it is very important to appreciate how they view the same thing. You might view it differently. So I think diversity of opinion, that is very important and interesting. For example, look at this key elements of uh, total total quality. Wanted to address total quality management later down, but as it is coming the second time, I should maybe address it now. So total quality management, this is very interesting area in improving quality management. You would read the definitions and the relevant sections in your own time, but what I want to say is, look at, it's not the right definition as you would see in the book, but the way I want to share my thoughts in this semester with you, I would want you to think off the record, of course, about total quality management as all aspects which can improve or not improve quality. You would want to fall them under the total quality management. If what is total quality management, maybe all the dimensions which can somehow improve or not improve or have some type of implication for quality management. As you are trying to improve quality, you would want to take care of that, whatever it is in your field. That would be total quality management. Yeah. So for example, what would be total quality management for me now? So one aspect of quality management is, as I'm talking about it, I should at least from my perspective, I should at least um, highlight the main areas which I want you to focus on as you are reading. Of course, you would be reading all of the things, but as you are reading and scanning through them, what are the key things which you should maybe pay more attention to? I might want to highlight those. Not that the other things are not important, but you know what I mean. So maybe that is what I would want to do. But from your dimensions, maybe for example, Felicia asked that where the test would be coming. So for you, maybe you are thinking about, you are maybe, and nothing is wrong in that. I'm not trying to judge or anything, but as a student, you are you are more focused on the exam part than maybe focusing on quality and productivity. And you might want to know, okay, all right, where the exam is coming from, let me just look into those areas. And so it would, of course, that makes sense also, because the time is short and all those other things and what I was saying. And then so you can score high and whatever. So, and generally this happens in almost all the classes, because the standard, you can say, is different. As a student, the standard is, you are looking it as a different lens, and as a moderator of the course, maybe I am looking at from a different lens. So maybe the best thing would be to start, if you are really concerned about exam and so on, which you should be, of course, you should start reading right away, because time is short and there's a lot of reading which you might want to do. So what I was saying is, total quality management, all the dimensions which may impact quality, you might want to consider them part of total quality management, everything. So I was giving you this example of lecture or conversation or whatever you want to call it. I might think that this is, if I can do this well, the quality would be fine, but it is not that. Total quality management would take care of all other things. For example, I saw a while ago, Felicia, I think she went out of the room and then she came back, or maybe someone else. Someone went out of the room and then they come back. So I'm thinking maybe internet was the problem or something happened, and so on. So although I cannot control that aspect, but still that is part of total quality management. Not just what I'm saying, this activity of going out of the room and coming back. And now, for example, I'm saying that marks Mark Greenwood's, their connection is a little bit weaker than everyone else. So everyone has almost full bar, but Mark has just 2 or 3 dots on the bar. So that means that his connection is maybe a little bit, now it is, so it is fluctuating. Yes. So that is part of total quality management for me. So what can be done for that? Maybe we record the clip, and then even if someone has to go out or internet connection or whatever, they can always come back and listen to the recording and so on. Yes. So that is how we would be taking care of that aspect. Yes. So I hope you understand that quality management is, if you would want to really look at total quality management, you would have to look at all the factors which the customer can face. So for example, product or service, you buy some product or service. It is not just that you go in the market and you buy it and it is yours and that is it. The company don't have any link with you. That is not maybe total quality management. They might want to give you, they might want to ask you after some time, how is your product or service going? Are you happy? Are you satisfied? How can we improve it? If there is any issue and you call them, they rectify the problem right away or as quickly as possible. And after sales services, that is what maybe we can, the terminology we can use. So that, so the, it is not just how you make the product and you sell them, that is not, that is quality, yes. But when you would be looking at total quality management, you would be looking at other things also, which when you have sold the product or service, what happens in terms of the relationship with the customer and so on. That would be total quality management. Yeah. Please think about that. This I want to really talk about key elements of total quality. Yeah. Key elements here, you can look into them. This one is very close to my heart. Yeah. Obsession with quality. Obsession with quality. Very interesting. I really, whenever I see it, I really like it. Key, and the topic is key elements of total quality. So, and the one I always thought about it in my head, but when I saw it written in the book, like some author has written, because I don't think you would see this every all the time. Like the word obsession, is not really used much in a positive way in our general daily life and in some book. Generally speaking, and this is good way to use it, obsession with quality. So what they are saying, that to produce quality products, quality service in one way or another, you would have to be obsessed with it. If you are not obsessed with it, then maybe somewhere quality would be compromised, or you might not reach to the highest standard, as Samantha mentioned this term standard. Yeah. For example, we gave example of Honorable Bolt. So yes, he's doing what he's doing, but we can say that somewhere he was obsessed with his training. Somewhere he was obsessed in a good way, of course, to achieve more. That obsession which keeps you going even when you are tired, when you are fatigued, when obsession, too much interest in and all the, you can look at in the life. If you read about the lives of these successful scientists, inventors, you will find they are very, very hard working. These inventions which they they were able to make, they were not able to make it by living a life of 9 to 5 job. It's not possible that way. They were really obsessed with their work. They were taking it home. They were working all nights. They did not have time to eat or do many other activities. They would even forget if they have eaten or not. that is how their life has been, and that is how they have been very successful in what they did. So they were obsessed. Uh, I'm not promoting the idea, of course, that all of us should be obsessed with quality. Again, this depends on what you want to achieve in your life, what is your goal, where you want to be seen in next 10 years, 20 years, and so on. But if you really want to achieve some high quality, high productivity, somewhere along the line, maybe not 10 out of 10 obsessed, but maybe 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10 obsession is required. And good thing is that it is written in the book, and it's not just, if I were not referring to the to the book, then I might not be so much comfortable talking about it, although I believe in this concept, and I think that, personally speaking, if you ask me, I do believe on this even before I read this in the book. But then on the other hand, as I mentioned a while ago, that there are different views on productivity and quality. There are different views. And no matter what view we like or we take, we should always appreciate and at least think about what the other views are. So for example, I might like this this viewpoint of key elements of total quality, obsession with quality. But what is the other dimension? Other dimension can be work-life balance. Yeah, work-life balance. This term is, I'm sure you have heard about it, and some of you maybe are craving for that work-life balance. And there are some people who are able to maybe achieve work-life balance, and they are also productive. They are also giving quality product and service. So I'm not saying that what what my viewpoint is, that is the only viewpoint how you can achieve productivity and quality management. I'm just sharing my thoughts. It is up to you how you view, because you know your life situation, you know your dreams, ambitions, and so on. And from there, or your companies, if you want to, I was talking about from a personal private life perspective. But from a company's point of view, you are working for a company, you are making a product, a service, you are trying to improve it. You should know your customers, what they want. You should know your employees, workers, colleagues, what they want. You should know what you want really from your job, which many people sometimes don't really know. People are just, they just have a job and they are just doing it because they are getting some salary, and they are giving their time in exchange of that salary, which they can get and at the end of week or month or whatever. So you need to think about these things, uh, and that is what my focus is on, as I'm doing this course or any other course. My focus is generally to share as much as I can, my understanding and what the material says about the topic. And then it is your job to decide what your objective for doing that course is. But no matter what, even if you are just focused for exams, you would still have to read it, read the material very carefully, because as you would see when you will read the course outline, which is available on the website, as you will scan through it. Multiple choice type questions and other assignments are there. So for that, from your experience now, you have taken MCQs in various courses in the last year and so on. So you know that how important it is to read and so on, and uh, that type of thing. This one very interesting: continual process improvement, continuous improvement. Later down in the course, it's a separate topic, and it's very important. So, but you can start reading about this, and I would touch on this theme when I would be looking at that topic, continuous improvement, later down in the semester. But if you see, for example, teamwork, there is a, you know, the importance of teamwork, and you know the challenges. You have worked in teams, you have worked in teams in school, and you have worked in teams in your organization and so on. You know the challenges, and you know the benefits also. If you become a part of a good team, then what can be the benefits? Just a bit ago, I gave you example of these successful actors and actresses, and how successful they can be if they are able to work with a team which is going to work hard, which is going to not compromise on the various issues in quality and productivity. So then as a result, their work will also improve and so on. So in those lines, you should think about this unity of purpose. Very beautiful, beautiful, beautiful idea to think about unity of purpose. First of all, we should know what our purpose is in the as we are improving the product, service, various areas in our organization. We should know what our purpose is, why we are doing it. That makes it easy. So for example, you are here in the room, I am here, and we are looking at it, but why are you here? That is going to change everything. uh, why are you here? What is your purpose? Are you here to really understand, and not maybe really understand, because it's less about understanding and more about reflecting, if you ask me. So, are you here so you can reflect on these thoughts which I'm sharing, and then maybe try to improve any aspect in your life in terms of the quality or productivity? Uh, are you here for that purpose, or you are just here because it is a requirement and you just want to do the course and so on? So there are two different views. One is you are here for a bigger purpose, and one is that you are here just to do the course. So that change everything. If you have the bigger purpose, then it will be easier for you to read. It will be easier for you to engage. You will not just read what I have posted, but you will read outside of that. You will find time. How you will be able to find time? If you are not obsessed, how you will be able to find time? You will not be able to maybe find time. But then again, work-life balance is also important. Yeah. So now you have to take your own call on these things. Employee involvement, employee empowerment. You will see these terms are coming from other courses also. Like for example, MGMT 2008, organizational behavior. That talks about how the organization behaves, how the workers behave, how the various aspects in the organization, how they are linked, and so on. So employee involvement, empowerment. So to improve the quality or productivity of the service, very important to increase the involvement. The more involved the people are, the better the quality or productivity would be. Yeah. Deming is coming again. Yes. Deming cycle: plan, do, check, act, analyze. Yeah. First you plan, then you do it, then you check how the things are happening, then you act on it, and then you analyze. Analysis is very important. You analyze what you did, where did you go wrong, how you can improve, and so on, and then you do it again, and then you replan, or maybe adjust your plan and plan of action, course of action, and so on. Yes. And then you can read on these things: how do you plan, how do you do it, how do you check, how you act, how you analyze, and then fit into whatever product or service you want to use in this cycle. It can be anything based on your liking, doesn't really matter. Yeah. So these are the same guys: Demings, Jorans, then Crosby might also come. Uh, so you need to uh, look look into that See Crosby's contribution. Yeah. So please do start reading about these things. Six Sigma concept. This is very important concept. Essentially, what it says that you have 3.4 million, 3.4 defects per million or less. If you want to perform at Six Sigma level, the defect rate would be 3.4 defects per million. In other words, if you are making 1 million pens or ballpoints, there will be only 3.4 pens in the million which would be defected. And by defected, we mean that they would not meet the standard which you have set. Yeah. So see the point, the Samantha made the point, standards, and that is essentially the one of the key points in productivity and quality management. You can look into these things. They are using these charts, how to know where Six Sigma would fall. You might want to look at it when we look at statistical process controls in more detail, but that we will touch on it later. The future of quality management, again, very interesting. In whatever field you are interested in, try to read in that field that how they plan to improve the productivity and quality in that specific field. For example, you are interested in banking, finance, banks, financial institutions. What are the things they are doing to improve the productivity quality in the future? What are the things they are doing? For example, locally speaking, you would know that various things companies, local banks are doing to improve the security features. For example, online banking security features of the debit card, credit card, different type of cards, and so on. They are always trying to improve that. What is that? That is they are doing it because that is the future of banking. The future is online, not just because of COVID-19 or whatever. Yes, it accelerated the process of going online, but it was coming anyways. And even before COVID-19, you are seeing that many banks, many were giving many options to do online banking and so on. But in these times, because the process is accelerated, now they are giving more and more options. For example, I think, don't quote me on that because I did not read that email in detail, but I got some email from a bank that you can open the account online and you don't have to come in the bank. So that was quite interesting because uh, earlier when we had to make a bank account, I think we had to go there and a lot of documentation and things were required. But they were saying that you can do it online or something. Of course, there must be some catch in this and I might have to go there or whatever. But the point is that they are trying to do as much as possible. So it is very, very, very important that in the field where you want to make your mark, where you want to do well in, you read the future, like how that company, that I should not say company, that sector. For example, financial institutions, finance sector, banking and finance sector. For me, educational sector. So I should and I do always read about that. What would be the future of universities? How universities are going to run in the future? How universities would finance in the future? What mechanisms they would take? What is the future of learning? I'm always reading about that because I am interested in that and maybe learning some skills based on what would be required in the in the in the future. Yes. So you might want to think about those things in your field of interest. Please do that because I think it is it is very important. If you have time, you can look into these these assignments or something, read about them, and then maybe reflect. It is more about reflection. They are not difficult. I'm sure you're not going to find it hard. It is like theoretical thing. You read it and then you reflect based on your experience. And then if you want to, talk about something, you can do that later on. Total quality management, same way. This is a chapter. This is from another book. I have posted this. So same way you can look at it. What are the things they are talking about when they are talking about total quality management? And you will find that it's quite all, as I was mentioning, that total quality management would be all things which are involved in improving in improving the quality or productivity of the product or service. And you might want to maybe understand this: why TQM efforts fail, why quality initiatives fail, uh, the initiatives which companies put in place to improve the quality, why do they fail, what happens. uh, For example, when you started universities, when you are just coming into the university, you had different concept about university. You are maybe thinking that, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, and I will score this much. This My scores would be this high and whatever. And then as you went into the semesters, and then you realized maybe this is not possible, and you realize that to gain a 90% in a course, you would have to study a lot, and then maybe you wanted 90, but then you cannot study that much, not because you are not smart or bright. It is just that you don't have that much time, or you don't see the value of maybe studying too much at that point in time and space. And then you started off with a high note, but then a very few people are there who start on the high note in the university, and then they have a GPA of 4, and then they can maintain it throughout the semester after semester. They are giving the same type of productivity and quality. Very few people are able to do that. Very few, if any. Sometimes what happens is a cycle. In one semester you do very well, and then next semester something happens. Or in one semester in some courses you do very well, and then the other courses you don't do well. So think about this. Think about total quality management in terms of your courses. So I think you have to do 30 courses uh, for undergraduate degree. But it's very unlikely that you would perform high, very high on all of the courses. Like, it is unlikely that you will get 80 80% in all of the courses. It's quite unlikely. You might get 80% in 29 courses, but there will be one course in which you would maybe struggle. You would get maybe a 50 or 51 or something like that. And that is how generally is. So why I'm talking about this example is that, think about a company has to do so many things. There are so many things behind a product or service, which we can just go in the supermarket and just take it from the shelf and just come home and enjoy it without even thinking about it. Be it a soap, be it a toothpaste, be it whatever it is, be it a can of soda. There are so many things involved in the background. We did not even think about it. We don't even think about it. We don't even maybe care. We just care about the end product which we are getting. So, but the company has to perform well in all various dimensions to satisfy our minimum standards, and uh, as you will read the book more and the other material, you will understand this in more detail, but don't want to say too much. I would like you to read about these things and so on. TQM text and cases. This is one text I have posted. If you are really interested in going all out in TQM, you can scan through this book. Various cases are there. You can maybe start scanning them. If some case is interesting to you, you can read it, and maybe you can have you can share your thoughts with me through email or whatever. Might not be able to do it in our discussions here, but I can respond to your whatever you want to say via emails and so on. But it is up to you. If you want to read, you can read this. And then I posted these things for you, although a while ago I said that do your own research on Juran, Deming, and Crosby. Run Google searches, look into their books and so on, and read what they are saying. But over here I'm realizing that I kind of started it for you. So you can look into this Juran's quality handbook, and what are the things he's saying in that. So you can scan through it. You don't have to read maybe everything. Maybe scan through it, and then maybe whatever you are interested in, you can maybe look at it. For example, travel and hospitality industries. If you are interested in that, healthcare services, you are interested in overall customer service, you are interested in software development and so on. That is why I'm not asking you to specifically read about some industry. I've opened the floor for you. Pick your own industry which you are passionate about, your own company which you are passionate about, and read about it. Deming's 14 points. Crosby's take on quality is free if you understand it. This is very, very, very interesting concept in quality, that quality is free. Now, why is Crosby saying that? You need to spend some time on this. Like, first reflect on this. Do you think quality is free? Apparently, it does not seem so, because you have to do a lot to make a quality product or service. So many things you have to do for a product or service to be of quality. On the other hand, Crosby is saying that quality is free if you understand it. So it's your task to look into it and try to understand why quality is free. This is a short note on that, but you can start with this and then maybe run some Google searches. Quality is free, why Crosby is saying that, and read about that and increase your knowledge on that. Yeah. Slides I have posted. I'm going to quickly scan through them and see if there is anything I want to really discuss with you or highlight. Cost of quality, definitely I plan to talk about it in a moment. Why quality standards are important. Think about it. Why quality standards are important. Uh, what is the reason? Total quality management. These things you might want to. As a matter of fact, those of you who have done MGMT 2026 with me, production and operations management, that course is prerequisite for this course. So you might be seeing these terminologies from that course. Yeah. What Six Sigma, what 3.4, what is Six Sigma? Like for example, this can be a MCQ, Six Sigma, and it is 3.4 defects out of million. So you need to work on these things if you are interested in scoring a better grade in your MCQs. And so tools distinguish between total quality management, this slide, and then tools for total quality management. So there are tools, and then there is total quality management. The total quality management is this, continuous improvement and so on. But the tools of TQM are different. For example, flow chart, histogram, and so on. Different things you make. Yeah. Leadership would be required if you are going to improve on the quality of product, because it is going to take a lot. from the company, resources, time, money, effort. You will fail many times as you are on the journey of improving your product or service. So how your company is going to look into that. Uh, two two ways quality improves profitability. And if you look at the sale gains via improved response, flexible pricing and improved reputation. So one is sale gains, you increase, in other words, you increase the sales. So when you increase the sales, your profit would increase. How do you increase the sales? By giving flexible pricing, by improving reputation. And another way would be reduce the cost of the product or service. So when you reduce the cost also, you will be able to increase your profit. So this is what this slide is saying. Uh, these things you might want to maybe memorize. For example, these type of slides for your MCQs and so on. Defining quality. I've made my pointers about these things. What is quality, fitness for use, quality of design. They are using different terminologies for this. For example, I asked you what is quality to you. So you could say these things. You could say performance is quality for me. You could say reliability. You could say conformance is quality for me. You could say aesthetics. You could say value for money. So for example, these what it even calls value deal, value meal, KFC. What it is called? I'm forgetting. Value meal or value deal or something like that. Yeah. So what is that? It's value for your money. You are spending less and you are getting more. It gives you the value in terms of quantity, uh, and so on. Pretty basic. Yes, this I wanted to talk about cost of. What is the cost of quality? Yeah, this is an interesting concept to think about. What is the cost of quality? The cost of quality you will read, of course, in the book and so on, but I wanted to make a couple of pointers on that. Um, for example, you are doing this course, and in this course right now you don't pay attention, you don't spend time in reading, you don't look at the course outline, see what is required in terms of assignments and so on, and then you don't participate in those activities, and then for various reasons, maybe you are right, maybe you don't have time, maybe whatever the reason is, it doesn't matter, but somehow you don't you are unable to do it well this time, and as a result, god forbid, you fail, you are unsuccessful in the course, but you have paid for the course, so that money, but money is something which, although people give a lot of emphasis on the money part, and I understand that of course money is important, and it is a resource, and but money is something which you can get back if you, I don't know if you will agree or not, but if you lose money, you uh, like for example, if there is some robbery and they take away your money and they don't kill you, you might want to say that, oh well, I thank god because they just took the money, they did not take my life, because you understand that money can come back, but if they would have taken your life, that might be hard. It's not a good example to give, but this is what came to my mind, so I shared. I wish all of you a long and healthy life, of course, but just for the purpose of exchange of ideas, how my mind is thinking. So money, so what I was saying, you would lose the money, whatever you have paid, 30,000, 40,000, the fee, and then you will have to redo the course if it is a compulsory course for you and it is not elective. So you will have to redo the course. When you are redoing it, it might be frustrating. People would know that you are redoing the course. It will sabotage your reputation. You might not feel good about it, and then you would lose time also, because now you will maybe graduate a semester later, or in the time when you are redoing the course, you could have done some other course instead of that course if you have done it good the first time. Yeah. So that is the cost of quality. Like whenever you are doing something, you should try to do it to the best of your ability first time you are doing it, so you don't have to redo it. Because if you have to redo it, then there are costs associated with redoing in terms of money, in terms of time, reputation, and so on. You can keep on thinking about that. Yeah, so that is the cost of quality. Yeah. And then you can think about, from the same lens, you can start thinking about quality is free, but I want you to do it in your own time. Yeah. Different type of cost structure, real cost, internal failure. These are something which I would like you to look into in your own time. If you get stuck in something, you can always write me an email, and I can direct you to the material which you can read and improve your understanding. See, I even highlighted it in red. Quality is free. Why he said that? Why he said that? So you should know. You should spend some time on that. Ethics and quality management. Yes, this is, I think I should talk about this because I did not speak about this, I think. Ethics, morals. This is a challenge for, this is a big challenge for companies, for quality managers, productivity managers. This is a big challenge, because on one hand they have to give some type of quality product which their customer likes, and they want to be able to do it well and satisfy the customer based on the standards and whatever is in the mind of the customer. And they have to minimize the cost also, because you can improve the quality of anything. You can keep on improving the quality. You can just keep on improving the quality, but there is a time factor associated with that. There is a cost factor associated with that. So for example, whatever car you drive, the car seat on which you sit while it is your own car or you take public transportation, that car seat, the quality, the comfort of that car seat can be improved, no matter which car you drive. No matter you drive a BMW or Mercedes Benz or whatever high end car you drive, or you drive some basic car, or the quality of the seat can be improved. Whatever car you drive, whatever car you sit in, the quality can be improved. There is no upper ceiling of improving the quality. You can keep on improving the quality of anything, of any food, of any service, of any shirt, of anything. You can do that. But as you would keep on improving the quality, you would keep on spending your money on that. And then you have to see that you don't want to spend too much money on it, so that because at the end you have to make the sales to make profit. So if it is very expensive, it might get out of reach of your target market. So one dimension is that. So for that you have to cut cost also. Sometimes companies have to do something which is maybe unethical in a classroom environment like this. For example, draining your waste in the sea. For example, polluting the air. You have a plant, and the air is not recycled well, and then it is going in the air. and you know that the recycling will cost you this much money, and you are saying, well, I'm not going to recycle it because I am living in a developing country, and the people who work in the relevant departments, if they come, first of all, they don't come very often, but if they come, I will talk with them and I will talk myself out, and if I have to give some gift or something like that, I will give it to them, and then they will let me go. And even if there is a law case, the law of the land is, it's only on the book. I will get the next date and the next date in the court, and it will go for the years and years, and it will die down. So I'm better off not to invest in that. And even the customer, the clients are not like that, that if they find out, they will have a bad image of my company or something like that, because we are in a developing country. This is the situation of almost all the developing countries. That is why they are developing countries, because the laws and regulations are there, but they are not being met. So in a classroom environment like this, we would say that we should be ethical and so on, but when you go on the plant as a production manager or whatever, you do things which are maybe unethical. You should not be doing it, but you do it because to save time, you do it because to save cost and so on. You should not do those things, but then it is a it is just difficult for you if you keep on spending that much money to keep your plant up to date and so on. Then it will cost you more money and more money and more money, and you are trying to save cost there so you can be more profitable. This is a dilemma, and this is something which almost all managers, uh, they, especially as they go on the plant and as they are trying to make their business viable in difficult times, they have to make these type of decisions which are not ethical on paper. They should not do those things, but they do it for different areas. For example, you can think about the safety security of the workers. uh, uh, Companies sometimes don't spend a lot of money or effort in that, and sometimes they put their workers in a risky situation because of that. And then the workers are also willing to take that risky situation because they need job. I'm talking about developing countries, right? They need job. Living conditions are difficult for them. There are too many unemployed people in the market, so they know that if they leave the job, it will be very easy for the manager to replace them. So for those reasons, they just do it, and they risk their life. And there are so many you can read online, and the cases like this, where the injuries on workers happen because some precautions which could have been taken by the company, they were not taken for one reason or another. And that is why these and I would link it with other courses, and you should do that also. For example, MGMT 3037, International Business Management. Why do companies take their plant overseas in a developing market? Because they know that they can treat the workers there in a way which they might not be able to treat, uh, or pay them as low as they would be not be able to pay them as low if they have the plant in the developed country or something along those lines. So this ethics, and this is very interesting area to look at. I hope you will spend some time and find some examples and so on, and uh, think about think about that. Benchmarking is very interesting. It is another, it's just like continuous improvement. It is a separate topic. I would like to discuss that later in in the course. These techniques you might want to read in your own time. Essentially, they are coming from your prerequisite MGMT 2026 production and operations management tools and so on. This again is a separate topic, statistical process control, in which we will look at these type of charts and so on. Inspection, why it is important, when and where we can inspect, what is the role of inspection in terms of improving productivity and quality management. I would like you to read on these things. Generally, I do make a couple of MCQs on this topic, inspection, so you might want to look at it. Especially source inspection. So run some Google search on source inspection and try to understand what it is. It is important. Okay, this picture I would like to discuss a little bit. Service specification at UPS. So they are improving. UPS is just like a courier company. Like it must be. This is in US. I trust. Over here we have various companies like FedEx. We have DHL in Jamaica, and some other local companies are here. So just like that, you have UPS there. Look at this picture. This is very interesting. Very interesting picture. Take a moment to look at it and reflect on this. What are they saying? This is the guy who is going to deliver the packages to the customers. Look at the specifications. Like for example, you are saying no beards. So the person, when you are delivering, you should not be having any beard, clean shave, generally speaking. Shirts cannot be unbuttoned below the first button. You can unbutton your first button, but nothing after that. Walk briskly, no running allowed. So when you are holding the package, don't run. Even things like key ring held on the pinky finger. So your key ring, you hold it in your pinky finger. Undershirts must be either white or brown. Sideburns cannot grow below the bottom of the ear. Yeah, all these things. Yeah, it's very interesting. I found it very interesting that when you are improving the quality, productivity, you are looking at these type of things also, like your customer service. In this example, the person who would be delivering the package, they should look in a certain way, and that is how you want, with that look, you want your customers to get associated with. And they are really taking time to look at minute details. And this is just an example on slide. There is a complete manual on this, and different companies make their manuals. You should read on that. Excuse me. And even the local companies, I'm thinking, like for example, if you get a chance to work with NCB and you are just starting out there, they send you a manual that how to dress at work, what you can do and what you cannot do, what type of jewelry men can wear and what type of jewelry girls can wear, and there should be no nose pin and so on and all those things. And if your navel is pierced, you should not show it around and stuff like that. It's not a joke. I'm saying it in all seriousness. If you get a chance to read those manuals, I gave you example of NCB, a bank in Jamaica. You will be okay. Mark is saying, thank God my workplace has no real dress code. Yes, Mark, thanks for that pointer. And that is one of the reasons I enjoy my job at university, because yes, you have to dress decently, but there is no necessarily some certain dress code which you have to follow, and it can for some personality types it can be very tedious, and Mark would agree with me that it becomes very comfortable when you can wear, you have to wear decently, but you can have it your way, and on some days you can wear, whatever you want, like you can even wear casuals and stuff like that. So, but then different companies are different on that, so there is a positive or negative for that, and you attract different type of workers by these things also. Um, Service process redesign, for example, look at this picture, very interesting. A lot of people are, sitting there waiting. Of course, this is before COVID-19. Now I think well, maybe not. I scanned through some party happened, I think, in Nigrin over the weekend or last week, and everyone was partying this weekend or the last week, something like that. And although there are COVID restrictions, but they were having some fun there. So I don't know if people are really following the protocols or something. But of course, by looking at these type of pictures, you can now redesign the service, like, like if people are coming and sitting there and they have to wait for a lot of time before they can be served, it can create some type of anxiety and so on, because they are thinking why we have to wait. And that is the problem which I'm sure uh, you would have experienced this, because sometimes uh, well, they are working on it, but sometimes you go in a bank to do something and there are so many people and it takes like half day for you to complete the job whatever you are doing. But now they are modernizing those type of things. For example, I was seeing that first, couple of years ago, I think, when we had to lodge the check in the bank ourselves, but now they have placed a box that you can just come and fill the form and just put in the check there, and they will lodge it for you. So that makes life easier, and so on. There are so many other uh, activities, services which you can think about. So redesigning so that less and less time is spent by the customer. That is, for example, one dimension which one can work on, and that would improve the productivity and quality. Yeah. Um, for example, Marriott, they have the learn routine, listen, empathize, apologize, react, and notify whenever there is a problem uh, in the. And I've made some notes in the slides. When you will be looking at in detail, you should be doing these. So for example, look at this one right here. Yeah. Think why recovery strategy is important. What is its relationship with productivity and quality management? So this is a service recovery strategy, or it means that your service did not go well. Maybe the client is not satisfied. Now you have to recover from that situation. So to recover from from that situation, this is Marriott's routine. Listen to the complaint. Take time to listen. Don't talk, just listen to the customer. Empathize with the situation. Apologize. I'm sorry this happened with you. You had to go through it, and then react on that. Whatever you can do to take care of that, react immediately, quick action, and then notify your company, notify the customer what happened, notify all the stakeholders. So this is a routine for them. So I'm asking, think why recovery strategy is important. So you should have some recovery strategy, because no matter product or service you have created for your work, for your customers, every now and then something is going to go wrong. You will have some customers who are not satisfied, something bad happened, things go wrong. So it is good to think ahead that what you are going to do if something goes wrong, how you will react in that situation, and so on. So that is what it is. Here's some questions for you to reflect on. Will improving quality hurt productivity? Will improving productivity hurt quality? And so on. You need to think about these things. Wendy's, quality is our recipe. Um, I like fish burgers, so someone told me that Wendy's have fish burgers, so I went there to enjoy it. Um, I think a year ago or something like that. Uh, it was not very tasty the way I would like it, but of course there were some things which they were doing very good in terms of customer service. Their customer service, I found it uh, better than the competition. If you try to think about KFC and so on, I don't know how you look at the service of KFC. Maybe you like it. I'm talking about the service. I'm not talking about the food, because we know that uh, the country loves KFC food, generally speaking. Not everyone, but generally speaking, more than the competition. But the service is not as good as it should be. But then they are doing the sales, so they are saying, all right, no problem, we can treat the customer the way we want, because the customer is going to come anyway, because of the product we are giving at a certain price, they are going to come. So, and this is a mistake which companies make, and I'm not targeting KFC Jamaica in any other way. Of course, it's a good company, international company. I'm not trying to say anything negative about them. I'm just trying to say generally that people become a little bit relaxed over a period of time. Uh, Same goes for many companies, as they see that the sales are doing fine, and they are making money, and they think that they don't really have to work any harder. But you have to work harder, because you don't want just the customers, you don't want just the sales. Yes, sales are important, customers are important, but you want customers to be happy as they are there. You want them to enjoy your product, your service. Just satisfaction is not is not everything, that the customer is satisfied. For example, right now you might be satisfied with the quality of whatever I am saying and the lecture, and you are saying, all right, this is introduction to productivity quality management, I'm satisfied. And I might say, all right, that you are my customer, you are satisfied, and that is enough. But when you would be thinking about productivity and quality management, that is not enough, because satisfaction means that you are satisfied, but you might you might go away from me as some other substitute comes. You might not miss me in that situation. So I want to create, if I want to create some quality and productivity in my session or in my course, I would not want to just look at the satisfied client. It should be more than that. Uh, um, so that I think you might want to think about. But anyways, the reason for showing you this picture is that over here they are saying quality is our recipe. This is the line which I really liked. Quality is our recipe. Quality is our recipe. Yeah, this is very interesting. What is your recipe? So people would tell you the ingredients and all those things. So when he's saying quality is is our our recipe. Okay, so Samantha is making some pointers. Quality food trumps quality service. KFC versus Wendy. I'm not a fan of Wendy. Food is bland to me. Same for me. I just went there once just to try how it tastes. I never went back. But the service was very good. Wendy's service was very good. KFC is good, but customer service could use some work. Very good. I totally agree that although I don't consume KFC, but I see that the lines are full and people are really enjoying KFC food. But I know that customer service can definitely improve. So what should be the standard? This is very interesting, and also anyone can, what are your points, guys? Samantha is making some pointers here, that what is more important? Is it, so for example, food service, is it quality food, or is it quality service, or we should have both, or is it that quality food is trumps quality service? If so, this so the 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 answer is somewhere within the comments which Samantha is making, because she's saying that she don't like Wendy's food, maybe she likes KFC food, but the customer service at Wendy's is better than the customer service at KFC. And if you have not been to KFC, go there. You will see a definite change as you enter, because I can share my experience with you as I entered the and it is I think it is not I think now as I am thinking about it, it is before COVID, so it has been more than I think 2 years or something like that when I went there. So I remember my experience. There was no COVID at that time, no social distancing or anything. So as I entered the Wendy's, and I'm talking about Ligny side, just close to UV. So I went there, and the guard greeted me there, and then I went to the cashier, the service rep there, who would take my order, and the way they took my order and the way they spoke with me, and then they asked me to wait, and then how they gave me the package, uh, in what type of material they wrapped everything, the number of napkins they gave me with it, all those things, overall service. And as I went, all experience was far better than any other fast food establish I has been. There can be multiple reasons, maybe because the sales are low, so that is why maybe the customer service is better, because they then focus on customer service a little bit more, or maybe it was time of the day where there was not many people inside the Wendy's, because I remember only one more person was in there at that time when I went. So many factors are there. Yeah. But let's come back to the real question which Samantha is trying to make us reflect on. What is more important? Is it food or is it quality service? Anyone would want to respond to this based on your experience? What do you think? Would you prefer, for your money, would you prefer to go to a place which is going to give you good quality food? And quality is of course depending on what is your standard, what do you think is quality? Or you would want to go to a place where it is great service? Yeah, it's a very interesting thing to think about. Yeah, because you can go to a place which is going to have good quality, great quality food, and good quality, great quality service. You can have both. But then what will happen? Just like the example of the car seat which I was giving, you can have more comfortable car seat than any car you have sat in. You can have more comfortable, but the price will go up. So you can go to a 5-star, 7-star hotel, restaurant, hotel lobby. You can go there and have premium food. You can have premium quality service. Everything can be phenomenal, and the sitting place can be phenomenal, and everything can be wonderful. But then what will happen? The cost of the experience, cost of the food is going to go up. So maybe that is why what happens is that, maybe, I don't know, maybe you have to think, maybe what happens that companies now decide, company like KFC would say, all right, we are doing good sales, customers don't really love our customer service, but our people can take the order and they can give it to the customer, and that is fine, and we are making profit here. So but we can improve the customer service, but for that we will have to hire customer reps which are maybe more qualified, maybe They look in a certain way, they dress in a certain way, they talk in a certain way. We can train them. All of those things KFC can do because they have the money. KFC Jamaica I'm talking about. But then the cost of their business is going to go high. But they are saying never mind. People are okay with our food. Let's continue with this. So they will do that. Yeah. On the other hand, Wendy is maybe focusing more on customer service because in these fast food chains you can't really change the the taste of the burgers or the products because it is a franchise, as you would have looked at franchises in international business management course. But anyways, I just want to I like this advertisement. Quality is our recipe. I really liked it. Just the advertisement I'm talking about. That is why I wanted to show you. Okay, what is productivity? What is quality? Same type of questions I have added. You can scan through them. Why control is important? Of course, without control, the quality is going to be compromised. Controls, checks, inspection. Why control is needed? There are 6 reasons based on the book. But please remember that these slides are just there for me to guide the discussions. You should be reading the book directly. That is what you should be doing. And of course, looking at slides is important because of the MCQs and those type of things. Uh, 4 steps in the control process: establish standards based on your objectives, measure the performance, how you are doing, compare your performance with your standards, are you performing at the level of your standards, and then take corrective actions if necessary. Try to improve. Remember that circle: plan, improve it, and so on. That 5-step circle I showed you a while ago. That is what you might want to think about. And always, if you remember, there was one slide which was talking about continuous improvement, continual improvement, and I said I will. That is a separate topic. I will touch on that when we reach to that topic during the semester. But I think it is important to note here that whatever you are doing in improving quality and productivity, always remember that there is room for improvement. Uh, so if you have that type of mindset, you can improve the product and services and so on. There's some pictures, you can look into them and so on. Uh, Here is a little joke. If you want a laugh, you can look into that. Uh, all right, I mentioned that technologies are being used to improve quality and productivity. You might want to think about that. Cost of poor quality. Uh, I explained you what is my thinking. There is a video on this I've posted. Please look into that. Service quality. Watch the following clip and give suggestions on how service quality can be improved in the scenarios presented. Because this clip and the other clips, they are giving you, especially this one, it is giving you scenarios and they are doing certain things. So you might, as you watch these scenario clips, you might want to think, what are they doing right? What are they doing wrong? If you were in the situation of the customer rep, how would you behave differently? If you are in the situation of customer, how you would behave differently? It's a scenario. You can think about it. You can discuss your suggestions with your fellow classmates. You can through emails and stuff like that, or even after class or anytime, because this room is open. It is not just open during the sessions. You can meet using this same link. You just have to decide the time and you can come and open the room whenever you online room, I mean. Have you ever faced any service issues? After the issue, did you go back to the service provider, or took your business away from your service provider? Can anyone take a moment to give their thoughts on this? I'm asking this because Samantha asked similar type of question. Right? It's not really a question; it is just for us to think about. And thanks for that, Samantha. She's just asking us to think about, all of us, that you know what, as you would be looking at quality in service and quality in food. Uh, how are you going to manage it? Is it that one is superior than the other? Depends on your clients and so on. And but anyways, uh, have you? This is a question for you guys. If anyone can participate in this discussion, have you ever faced any service issue? I'm asking you guys. Have you ever faced any service issue? Are you happy with the service Digicel is giving, cable and wireless giving, your bank is giving, your insurance company is giving, your car mechanic dealership is giving, University of the West Indies? Are you are you happy with the service you are getting from your weekend school or from your class facilitators or overall university or your work? Have you ever faced any service issue? And if you faced, how you dealt with that, especially in the food, for example, food situation. If you go to a place and it's a food place and you don't like the service, do you still go back to that place or not? In which situation you go back to that place? Maybe the food is really good, and you can't find that type of food elsewhere, so you say, all right, no problem, service is not good, but I'm going to close my eyes to service, and you bring your standards down in terms of service and you go there for the food. Yeah. So you need to please think about this. After the issue, did you go back to the service provider or took your business away from your service provider? That is why sometimes monopolies are not good in a country. Uh, we are going a little bit in some other courses, monopoly and oligopoly and those type of things are not, they are like basic economics course which you might have done. You look at those things, and that is those curves, if you remember those charts, why monopoly is good in which situations and in which situations monopolies are not good. Because when you have monopoly, then sometimes you are not thinking about customers the way you should be thinking about. And one example is uh, before Digicel, when it was only cable and wireless, yeah? Lime or something like that, when it was just one telecommunication company in Jamaica some years ago. The service was different, and then as Digicel came in, although you might say that you don't still like the service, but definitely it is hard to argue that it has not improved, because there is a competition, the service has improved. It is not as good as it should be, maybe, that is fine, but it has improved. Now think about water commission, for example. Water commission, it's kind of monopoly, so they are going to behave differently. Electricity, for example, electricity provider, JPS, it's a monopoly, they are going to behave differently. But as you bring in a competition, various things are going to happen in the economy. So you have looked at these things in the basic economics course. I would not want to go in the details, but overall customer satisfaction improves as more and more people are there in the market to give the same service. Generally speaking, it improves. Yeah. Okay, Mark is up now. I think he was in his bed before, but now he's outside of his bed, so he's making some contribution. Thanks for this, Mark. I faced bad customer service from a former insurance company after dispute on my boost up car insurance. I left after an angry dispute and never to return to GN Insurance Company, specifically New Kingston branch. Yes, so these things happen. Yeah, these things happen. Um, and then he's also specifically mentioning, a specific branch where this thing happened. So this is what happens with bad customer service when the quality of the customer service is not good. This is what happens uh, because you have the customer is not happy for whatever the reason is. Whatever the reason is, it does not matter. But the customer is not happy, and for the rest of their time, whenever this issue is going to come up, Mark will remember JN Insurance Company, and he will remember all the things which happened, and he will remember all the things which he has not said to us, but he is just remember, and he is just saying that. Yeah, it will be very hard now for him to forget that. Very hard. He will eventually forget it, of course, but it will take some time for him to forget it. So companies should, companies don't pay attention to this. They just, that is why I said that just the satisfied client is not enough. You need to have clients which are more than satisfied, because let's say that in the room there is some other person who is not just a satisfied customer of GN Insurance, but a more than satisfied customer of GN Insurance. If we had that person in that room, he would have come in the chat and he would have said, Mark, maybe that was a one-time thing. I am also a customer of JN Insurance, and because he would be more than satisfied customer of JN Insurance, he would come out and he would say good things about the company. Just a satisfied customer of JN Insurance is maybe not going to come out. It should be more than satisfied customer who is really loving the what JN is doing with them. But if that person is not here, then here is the bad marketing for the company, for wherever Mark is going. And then when we would have to get our insurance, we will also remember what Mark said. We might still go to GN Insurance, but we will remember. And if we are going to New Kingston branch, it will just come in our memory. Oh, Mark said that. So do I really need to go there? Or maybe let me talk with the manager and maybe let me understand what happened then. Let me read the papers more carefully, what is covered and what is not covered. And maybe let me take some second opinion. Let me ask around my friend then how is their experience of GN Insurance and so on, specifically New Kingston branch and so on. Yes, but this is where, but we will talk in detail about this because that is a different course, service quality management. Some of you might be taking that with me, which is in the afternoon, after the afternoon. But you need to think about these things, why or why not, and look at this. How can business in the following clip improve their service? There are some of the questions you should be asking. So as you are watching these clips in your own time, you are asking these type of question. I am giving some examples here also. First example is a hotel example. This will take you through Ritz-Carlton quality, what they are thinking. And this is the second example. It's talking about a hospital, check sheet, scatter diagram, so on. Some of the tools which you saw a while ago in the PowerPoint. You'll be reading about them. You might want to, read a little bit more about them, how the scattered diagram is drawn, for example. Go on YouTube and run a search and find a clip and watch it. And maybe draw it for your business, whatever you are doing. Check sheets, for example. We do check sheets all the time. You go in the in the washroom of your workplace, generally speaking, there is a check sheet behind the door, inspection sheet or whatever, which you can scan it, read it. What are the things? It says the floor is cleaned, the place has toilet rolls, the soap is there, the basin is clean, disinfected, um, good smell is coming, good odor is coming from the, and so on, check sheet and so on. This example is Honda. You can look into these examples and make connections with what I have said. But of course, what I have said is not the full story. You will have to read the book chapters. You will have to do your own research and so on. This I would like to show it to you. I have turned down the volume, uh, but just a quick thing I want to show you. This is the CEO of the company. This is the CEO of the company on the far right of the screen. They are going to test the quality of the windscreen of the car. So that's what CEO is doing. He is going in the car, and this is not an advertisement for the Mercedes Benz, although they are using this car. This is for the glass. So the CEO of the company is gone inside the car, and he is sitting there, and he is the real rifle, real bullet. Everything is real, no fake. This is serious thing, and he's sitting there himself. Sitting there himself. He did not have to sit himself, because we said that things can go wrong, anything can happen. He is sitting there, right here he's sitting, and the bullets are being fired. Not one, not two, not three, multiple bullets, and he comes out. Now this is quality. This is quality. Yeah, this is quality. So the quality is so high, he is so sure of his company's product that he can risk his life, he can go behind, can sit there and let the bullets be fired. Yeah. So are you sure about the quality of any product or any service you offer to others? Because maybe apparently you think you don't offer any product or service, but if you will think about it, you are offering many products and many services to at your home, in your surroundings, at your work, and so on. I really wanted you to see this and enjoy this clip. This is again another clip, and this is even more interesting. Look at this. See, is the fire, and look at that. Yeah, beautiful. And then he's touching it also, and just to show you that even there is no, you can even touch it. Yeah, this is how reliable the product is. So and he is the, why I'm showing you this, and that he is willing to put his life in line, because anything can go wrong, but he is just so sure about the product. So this is what the guy in the following clip is so sure of the quality that he is willing to risk his life. Do you have that kind of confidence in your product? What product service is that? Yeah, so these things you need to think about that. It's an interesting clip. You can look at it. The reason for not showing clips in the session is because first I want you to spend time and look at them. Second is also that because the session is recorded, so, and then I post it on YouTube, so sometimes they have problem that you can't show them in the video. But please watch these. What is and what is not productivity? Yeah, so I asked you earlier what is quality, what is productivity, and so on, but need to reflect on it a little bit more. I wanted you to see this one now. Very interesting. So very interesting thing. Look at this, and you will understand without the music or anything. Here is an environment at work. See how hardworking everyone is. There is a lot of work going on. Everyone is busy doing something, a lot of paperwork, taking things from here to there. It seems very complex work environment, but everyone knows what they are required to do, what they are supposed to do, and so on, and they are working hard. No one is wasting their time. Everyone is focused, dedicated, motivated, inspired. Yes, everything seems fine. And you would notice that this is the manager and he is looking at them and he's observing. So, because he's looking and he's observing, and now he's satisfied maybe that everyone is working hard, and he goes back in his office. So when he was looking, everyone was working hard. Now they find out he's gone. So manager is gone, and what are they doing now? They are watching movies on their computers. I really find this very interesting. You can look at here again. He goes in, they stop work, they start looking at the movies. All right. So what is that? This is the question. What is that? Look at this. What is and what is not productivity? Yeah? What is productivity? And Samantha is saying this is really how it is at work. Yes, we all know that. This is how for many people this is how it is. And is that now productivity? You are very productive, focused as long as someone is watching you. But especially working from home, thanks for that, Mark. Very true, very true. All of us are, and it's not just for you, all of us, including myself, we feel we have challenges. We have to really be focused, and we really have to be enjoying our work. Only then we will be able to do our work when no one is really supervising us. So then that makes us think what is and what is not productivity. So people can argue that this is productivity because as long as someone is watching, they are working. And as you guys are saying, this is how it is. So this is productivity. But the way I want you to think about, because I'm not just into doing the course for the sake of it, we are doing it for our life, to make improvements in our life. Productivity would be when no one is really watching you and you are still productive, when you are intrinsically motivated to do the things, when you enjoy them, when you like them. I would go a little bit more when you are doing it not just for the salary, you are doing it for the sake of doing it because you want to do it. Because like why I am here with you at 8:30. I'm here like from morning, and I have to wake up even earlier. I could decide to sleep and whatever, but I did not decide to do that. I wanted to come here and I wanted to engage with you. Will I get paid or not? Yes, I will be getting paid. It is not doing it for free. But why I am doing it? Am I doing it for salary? Am I doing it just for the salary? No, I'm not doing it just for the salary. I enjoy interacting with you. I enjoy listening from you. I want to share my ideas with you. I want to hear your ideas with you. And that is what is going to drive me to do what I'm going to do. I'm going to get paid anyways. So I can be not motivated and I can just be casual about it, and I will still complete the course. And but so the pay will come. So don't worry about the pay. What is more important is, do you really like, are you really passionate about it? Only then you will be able to be productive or give the quality or be obsessed in improving your performance. Only then you will be able to do that. Only then you will be able to have real meaningful engagement with your workers, with your colleagues, with your customers. Only then it will be possible. Otherwise, you will still be able to work just like these people are working in that clip, just like you guys mentioned that this is how it is. you are still be able to work, but it is not going to give you the productivity or quality which you can give. You have that potential, but you won't be able to reach that potential because of that. So with that, the underlying what I'm trying to say is that you want productivity, you want quality. You have to have people who are interested in the job for more than the pay, for more than the perks and privilege. There is some other motivations also. If you can find those type of people who are dedicated in that way, then naturally your productivity and quality is going to improve overall for the company, for your home, for your office, in whatever you are doing. Uh, a simple example can be that you have experience of working in groups for your courses, for your school. So if you are in a group where everyone is going to work hard and everyone is thinking to get a 90, and they are willing to work and they have a track performance of giving the 90s, and they are not just doing what is required from the assignment, but they are going doing more than that. They are trying to improve they are trying to do the best assignment in the whole cohort, in the whole class, out of 5, 6, 7 groups. What would happen? The marks are going to come naturally. uh, so the focus should not be on the marks, what score I will get. The focus should be that how I can make this assignment the best possible assignment the facilitator is going to see in this semester. It should be the best, outclass. So if that happens, the score is going to come anyways. Yeah. So it should be the after product, the score which you get in the course. The main thing should be that, okay, I'm doing this productivity and quality management. I'm going to read all the postings which are on the site. I'm going to scan through all the books, read all the chapters, and I'm going to read more. I'm going to find time. And then at the end, the score is going to high anyways, because you are so well read in the topic that the MCQs are walk in the park for you. It's no big challenge because you really understand the concepts and so on. On the other hand, if you are just focusing on the exam and how you will be able to perform well in that, then it's a different strategy you would have to take. So in work environment, I think you have to be mindful about that what is productivity and what is not productivity. What might seem like uh, uh, a productive environment, in reality it might not be that. uh, for example, Mark gave this example of JN Insurance Company. I understand that JN Insurance is doing good in the in Jamaica. uh, they are doing good. That is my understanding. They have good number of people, customers there. And looking at the customers, they might think that they are productive and they are doing good and all of that, and they are right if they are looking at this. But you have to always, that is not enough. You have to look at the areas where you are short. And no matter who you are and what you do, there are always areas for improvement, always. If you are willing to look at them, you are always going to find something which you can improve on. So just like that, JN should do this. They should find out what went wrong here, and if they can rectify, they should rectify. It is not necessarily that they should give more money to Mark or something like that. How they, like for example, he says that I left after an angry, I'm sorry, angry dispute. Yeah, it should not be like that. It could be a dispute, yes, fine, but why it had to be an angry one? It could be, they could decide not to agree. Like me and you can have a dispute right now. Like I am saying something and you can say something else. That is perfectly fine. I have my understanding of productivity and quality. For example, I made some remarks about obsession, and you might disagree with them, and you would be right in disagreeing because that is a controversial topic. Many people crave for work-life balance. It is very important. Too much obsession is not good, and you can debate that, and we can dispute. You can dispute what I said, and that is perfectly fine. Nothing is wrong in that, and I take your point of view and you take my point of view, and we good to go. But then why it would become an angry dispute that I am saying something and you are saying something, and it ends in a negative tone. We should strive not to not for it not to reach at that level. And same for KFC, for example. Their customer service is not as good as it should be based on the little experience I have with them. Their products are fine, not disputing that, but customer service can definitely improve. And if their customer service is improved, then overall customer experience is going to be good. So right now, I believe that they have satisfied customers. They do have satisfied customers, but I am not sure if they have more than satisfied customers. Because next thing, a competition comes in the market, any big competition comes in the market, and they have good quality product which is liked by Jamaicans, and they also have good customer service. It won't take much time for people to uh, switch. Again, you can argue that people love KFC chicken and there is no replacement of that. I understand that. But I'm saying if a replacement is there with good quality service, people will switch just like that. KFC will not even know where people gone. They will not even know. And there are examples. If you look at in the global environment, you must have seen some examples in MGMT 3037, International Business Management. If you have not taken that course yet with me, you can use the same website, and you can run a Google search yourself. It is not hard to find these examples where customers switch from a company which was doing well as the new competition came in with a better customer service. And so that is why it is very important to have more than satisfied customers. Not all the customers can be more than satisfied, but at least have some percentage which is more. That is called delighted customer, who is delighted. Yeah, that type of thing. We will engage on those things when you are doing quality service management course. Okay, some other examples are there. Quality management systems. What are QMS? Essentially, it is a system which you put in place to take care of quality. This is a short clip. When you watch it, it is going to uh, expose you quality dashboards. Run a Google search on that, see how they look. Productivity dashboards, run a Google search just like that. Google search productivity dashboards, go on images, look for them. These are productivity dashboard. Just click anyone randomly. This one is a productivity. These are different charts which are telling you different areas. Yeah, but I'm not going to specify some company for you. As I said, the pick your own industry. So for example, hospitals, productivity dashboard, hospitals. It is going to show you healthcare. Yeah, so they are not using the term hospitals. You are looking healthcare. So you will change it to healthcare. Yeah, healthcare, and then you see, all right, these are the things. The sales dashboard, labor productivity, balanced scorecard, very interesting concept here. So you can look into any of these, and then you can just scan through them, how they look and whatever. Yeah. So this way you need to do some Google searches as you Yeah, so introduction to productivity and quality management, we spoke about that: quality cost, service quality, self-management and goal setting. I want to spend some time on this maybe. Self-management, very important guys, very important. If there is one thing you want to take from our engagement, um, outside of one course which you did for your undergraduate degree, it should be the concepts of goal setting, the concepts of self management, because all of us can learn or improve that area in our life: self management, how to manage our time in a better way, how to be more productive, cut the activities which are wasting your time, be it spending too much time on social media, be it just wasting your time in meaningless, useless chats. Yes, chats are good with friends and family every now and then, but meaningless, useless, all the time chats, long messaging, WhatsApping, Instagram, TikToks, they are waste of time unless you want to become a TikToker or you want to become some celebrity on Instagram and that is your focus. Then it is fine, you can spend as much time as you want if that is your goal. But outside of that, you need to really establish what is your goal, what do you want from this life. What is life? Life is basically the time which we have the time. What we have, time is life. uh, when there is no life, there is no time for us to do anything in this world, at least. uh, so use your time to your advantage, don't waste your time. How you will be able to do that? First thing is you need to find your objective. What do you want to achieve uh, in your life, in the year, in monthly basis, in weekly basis, on this day? These things should be very specific so you can measure them, that have you achieved them or not. You have to set your goal, set your target, and then bring all your energies, your mental energies, your physical energies, your spiritual energies, your financial energies, all the resources you have to meet that goal, that purpose, whatever you have. We all know this. It is not a new thing which I am telling you, but you would agree that all of us, including myself, yeah, we tend to waste time. We do things which are not as productive. We are enjoying them, yes, in that moment, but time lost is lost. We need to be very careful about these things. Whatever I'm saying on this topic, self management and goal setting, it is less for you and more for me as a reminder. As I'm saying it to you, I'm also saying it to myself, so that I can be more productive in the things which I do. There are some things which you can do. For example, the literature on self management is huge. I just wanted to share one of the tools which is really very good. It is famously known as 80-20 rule. Please use it. 80-20 rule. There is a clip, you can watch it. Uh, in other words, it is saying that 80% of our success comes from 20% of the activities which we do. So it is applied in anything which you which you which you can experience in life. 80% of, for example, 80% of the profit for a company usually comes from 20% of the clients the company has. Uh, 80% of the wealth in the world is owned by 20% of the people in the world. Although I think it is even less than 20, but this is 80-20 rule. It applies almost everywhere. So um, 80% of success in your life which you will achieve is going to come from 20% of the activities which you are doing. In simple words, what it is saying, that if you write down 10 activities which you would want to do today, there are only two activities which are really meaningful and useful to give you the success which you want, which you require. So you should focus your energies on those two activities. For example, for Sunday tomorrow, what are the things on your agenda? You can make a check sheet or something for yourself tonight. You can say, okay, on Sunday I'm going to cook, I'm going to do laundry, I'm going to clean the house, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to read the book chapter, and I'm going to look at the videos, and whatever you have to do. So you have to do all those things, and maybe all of them are important, but for your real success, just two or three activities would be most important. Other things you have to do, but they are not extremely important for your overall 80% success in life. Yeah, this is what it is, 80-20 rule. It's very interesting. Uh, you should look in your life, look at how you spend your time, and see if it applies to you or not. Maybe you are very productive and focused, and everything which you do has some meaning, and you don't waste your time. If you are that person, then this is not, of course, for you. And if you are that person, you should teach me how to do that, because I also waste my time sometimes. Yeah. Okay, this is very interesting. uh, Upside of feeling down. Upside of feeling down sometimes in life. So the broader topic, let me remind you, is self-management, goal setting under the theme of productivity and quality management. So sometimes when we are feeling down, we are not happy about it, and we are thinking that it is not productive and it's not good for us. But I found this article for you guys to read. Upside of feeling down. Even when you are feeling down, there are some upsides beyond happiness. The upside of feeling down, beyond happiness, the upside of feeling down. So this is a very interesting piece published in Psychology Today. Of course, you should gain some understanding in psychology, human psychology, organizational psychology. Only then, your own psychology, only then you will be able to improve productivity and quality, if you understand the psyche. The negative emotions do us a great favor. They save us from ourselves. They are signals urging us to change what we are doing, and they are actually necessary for feeling good. For example, that nervousness which you feel at the end of the semester, that you have not been reading and you are not preparing, and now the exam is coming, and Ashwin is not telling us the important topics, and I is saying do everything, and I'm nervous. That, and then you start reading, and then you start, sweating, and so that's a negative thing in the beginning, but it's maybe good for you, because then you will read everything and read a lot, and at the end you will gain good score, and that good score will give you good feeling, and so on. But this article is way beyond that. It is very interesting. I don't have time to go through this, but I have put it there. When you have time, please look into that. Following is a wonderful talk on achieving your goals. Achieve your goals finally. It's by Harvard Business Review. Please do listen to this talk. I spend a lot of time and effort, and over the years, I have developed this website for you guys. So please at least go through these things. Time management, how to gain control of your time. Very interesting talk. Generally speaking, when we before COVID, I would show these clips and maybe talk a little bit about that. But because of this new situation, I think you can manage this, and you can watch them in your own time. And then if there is, you want to talk more about something, um, you should. Yeah. This is an exceptional talk, exceptional talk. At the core of productivity quality management is the belief system of the manager. Please take a moment to think about that. Yeah, very important, very important, extremely important. At the core of productivity quality management is the belief system of the manager. Belief, what the manager believes, what the worker believes. Do they believe that they can do it? Do they believe that they cannot do it? Do they believe that they can improve the quality? Do they believe that they cannot improve the quality? What do you believe? What do you believe right now? Do you believe that you can score 90% in this course or not? What do you believe? Do you believe that you can score 90%? Do you believe that you can score 80%? Do you believe that you might even fail this course because there is a lot of reading? What do you believe? That belief system is very important in productivity and quality management. As if you have seen that those things running on social media. If you believe you can do it, if you see you can achieve it, something like that. And so the belief system is very important. How you will perform depends a good how you will perform depends a great deal on what you believe. Please take a moment to reflect on these lines. How you will perform depends a great deal on what you believe. And on that note, this is a wonderful talk. I hope you do find some time and look at it, and then reflect, reflect, reflect on that. Um, the skills and abilities are very important, but before that, you got to believe you can deliver quality and productivity. But skill set is important. This is an interesting clip. Look at this worker. He's a worker and he is putting on the bricks on his head. So see how many bricks. Okay, all right. He's still putting. All right. One more. All right. Oh, one more. All right. Maybe that's it. No, one more. Maybe that's it because he's dropping now. Oh, one more. That's it. Maybe. No, one more. All right. All right. So look at where he's walking, how he is good with that skill. He's walking on that narrow. All right. Beautiful. Yeah. So how that happened? Before doing this, he must have, it's not possible to do this. Everyone cannot do that. But before doing this, somewhere he believed that. He had belief in himself that he can do this. And then after that, having that belief, that confidence in his skill, in his ability, then he started honing those skills. And still now he's not perfect. He dropped one thing, but still but as he puts everything together, now he's skillful enough to carry them. But now look at this, how it must have started for him. How first he had that belief system, and then he started improving his skills on that, and then over a period of time he might have fallen and people would have told him, you are crazy, what are you doing, why you are lifting too much, all of those things. And then but over a period of time he improved his skill set, and now think about it, how productive he would be for any boss. I can carry 4 bricks. I'm very knowledgeable in the field, maybe. But I can carry four bricks. He is maybe not very knowledgeable, but he can carry these many bricks. If you are constructing a house or something, who are you going to hire? Look at his level of productivity, which he has achieved. With how much time he will save. Yeah. How many workers, like to carry these many bricks, maybe you need 3 workers in one go or something like that. But he is doing that thing. So how that will impact his salary? how he has gained the respect. He is a normal, he's a normal guy. He's a normal guy. He would not even know that we are talking about him. Right? No, he would not know what is happening here, how he is inspiring us to improve our skill set. He would not know that, but how he is commanding the respect. Yeah, how valuable he is for the company because he has improved, honed his skill. He is so productive. That is what I want you to think about, that all of us have our jobs and we can continue doing that and we can satisfy our customers, but just satisfying is not enough. It should be more than satisfied. That is what you should aim. So when you are writing your responses in the exam, you should not just satisfy the standard that okay, I have written this much, I should pass that. No, you have to more than satisfy the reader. Same for me when I'm delivering the session, should not be just satisfy you. I need to aim. I might be successful, I might not be successful, that is another debate, but I need to aim to more than satisfy you. Same way JN needs to aim more than satisfy you. Same way UV Weekend School should aim to more than satisfy you. Same thing for KFC and so on. But that is very important. Very important. So it starts from belief. You believe, and then you hone your skill over a period of time, and in that you fail many times, and you over a period of time you become a worker which is respected in the field by your colleagues, by your boss, and so on. But the problem is that generally speaking, we just in life, generally speaking, we just we just give the minimum. Generally speaking, we just like 4:30 is the cutoff time. We say 4:30. All right, that's it. That's it. You need to go home. And I'm not judging anyone on that. Yes, we have so many other things to do, and we need to also and work-life balance. I've spoken, but generally speaking, we are just doing try in most of the things we try to do minimum. Like this is the minimum. I will pass through this. Let me do the minimum. Let me do the minimum. It's across the in any field. Students will do the same thing. Do the minimum. Facilitators, lecturers will do the same thing, do the minimum. University will do the same thing, do the minimum. Fast food provider will say, do the minimum. And they will retain the customer by that. But that is not enough to really give a quality product or a quality service. Yeah, these are. But then again, I do understand that these things are easy to say in classroom environment, but when we are doing, like if I ask you to give more of yourself to your work, wherever you work, give more of yourself, give more of your energy, give more of your time, you might not want to give more because you don't really connect with your workspace. They are not caring enough. You are not seeing the point. You are not seeing that connection where you should give all of yourself. And that is very important. You need to find some work, some job where you can give all of yourself. Not because of the pay, you will get paid, but because you enjoy it, you really want to go in and do your thing. If you find that type of work for yourself, your productivity and quality will improve automatically. You will automatically do things which will improve productivity and quality because you won't need anyone to watch you to improve your productivity and quality. Yeah. Okay, I hope It makes sense. Improve continuously when performing is the way of improving. Very interesting TED talk. You can look into this 11 differences between busy people and productive people. This is very interesting. 11 differences. Busy people want to look like they have a mission. Productive people have a mission for their lives. Busy people have many priorities. Productive people have few priorities. We spoke about 80-20 rules. Busy people say yes quickly. Productive people say yes slowly, because they know that when they are going to say yes, they are going to go all out. So before saying yes, they have to think that do they have time, energy, resources in this manner. Busy people focus on actions. Productive people focus on clarity before action. Clarity before action. Clarity. Why I am doing this? What is my purpose? Why should I do this? That clarity is there, because if clarity is not there, then it's all over. Busy people keep all doors open. Productive people close doors. Very interesting point. Busy people talk about how busy they are, and you would you would see this all the time. Productive people let their results do the talking, what they have achieved. Busy people talk about how little time they have. They don't have time. Productive people make time for what is important. Please reflect on this, because some of you might want to tell me that we can't read this much. Please tell us the important topics. I don't have important topics, because MCQs comes from test bank, and test bank comes from book, and the questions can be automatically generated sometimes. So that is why I'm not giving topics since last semester. Before that, that those of you who have taken courses with me before COVID times, that I would prepare you enough for the exam, but because of the MCQ nature, it is not possible to really pinpoint. So that is why it is important for you. Busy people talk about how little time they have. So you would say, I don't have time. I have to do this, 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 this. I cannot read all those things. Productive people make time for what is important. If scoring high in this course or other courses is important for you, you will find time. Busy people multitask. Productive people focus. This is very interesting, because that we have to multitask in our routines, and this saying that it's you should be able to multitask and do different things in a short period of time and so on. But then the importance of focus, that is very important also. Busy people respond quickly to emails. Productive people take their time. Well, I also, relatively speaking, my response is, I think, what do you guys think? Those of you who have taken the course, do I respond very quickly to emails, or I take my time? So that would tell if I am busy or I am productive. Busy people want other people to be busy. Productive people want others to be effective. Be effective. Busy people talk about how they will change. Productive people are making those changes. It's very interesting, beautiful, profound line. Uh, and so on. I think that is it. So yes, this is something which you want to reflect on and see. A thought: Grace Kennedy distributes its brand in over 40 countries. We briefly mentioned Grace Kennedy and Losco a while ago. Um, Sleep has a very interesting link with productivity. Sleep well and lead better. I wanted to share this with you. You can scan it when you have time. Sleep well and lead better. And uh, third last and second last paragraph in this, of course you have to read all of it, uh, but let's quickly scan through it. It is clear that you can squeeze in more work hours if you sleep less, but remember that the quality of your work and your leadership inevitably declines as you do so often in ways that are invisible to you. As Bezos says, Jeff Bezos, Amazon guy, making a small number of key decisions well is more important than making a large number of decisions. If you shortchange your sleep, you might get a couple of extra productive hours, but that productivity might be an illusion. Even worse, as my research highlights, you will negatively affect your subordinates. For example, if you are partying or whatever last night, or watching movies and whatever, and you did not get a good night's sleep in the morning, right now your mind would not be working very productively, and you might not be thinking about the things which you should be doing it. Yes, you will go through the lecture or conversation. Yes, you will still pass, but you won't get the maximum from what you could have gotten if you were well rested and you are ready to engage with the material, and you are ready to engage, give your thoughts and so on. Yeah, if instead you make sleep a priority, you will be more successful leader who inspires better work in your employees. Don't handicap yourself or your team by failing to get enough rest. Yeah, but then there is another debate that how much sleep is good enough. Some people are saying 8 hours of sleep is required, 7 hours is required. Some people are saying that they can sleep 4 hours and they are productive. Just for my knowledge, how many hours you guys sleep? Um, be honest about it, and if you can tell me through chat or through email or whatever you are comfortable. I would like to know how many hours you guys generally on average you guys sleep. Mark is saying 6 hours. That's very interesting. Just 6 hours of sleep is makes Mark do his things. He might sleep some days 7 hours, some days he might sleep 5 hours, but on average he's sleeping 6 hours. So those of us who are averaging at 8 hours, uh, they can think that one of our colleagues is doing 6 hours and he's perfectly fine and his life is going fine. So maybe we need to then cut on our sleep. But for different people, it's different. Some bodies require more sleep. It depends on our work also, what type of work we do, and those things also impact. So you would want to think about those things. Work-life balance, I mentioned that uh, Sir Richard Branson, well-known guy, one of his quote is, I have never really understood why so many people separate work and play. It's all living. Yeah, this is very interesting. So some people talk about work-life balance, but Sir Richard Branson is saying that I have never really understood why so many people separate work and play. It is all living. That also shows us that he must enjoy his work. That is why he's not distinguishing when he's working and when he's playing. Everything is together. And that is maybe what we need to find. Because let me tell you, and this is my experience, because I enjoy all the things which I do, and I am lucky enough to find work in my life which I am passionate about. And let me tell you from my experience that I don't really feel like working at all, at all, at all. Be it with you guys at weekend school, or be it my regular 9 to 5 activity during the week, or any other activity which I'm doing. I'm just lucky enough to find work which is not really work for me. And good thing is that I am also being paid for for doing that. So that's very satisfying on very different levels. So I encourage you that you also aspire uh, to find that type of work environment, colleagues, people around you, that you are not just doing the jobs, whatever you are doing, just for the sake of salary. There are other things also to it. Yeah, very interesting book here, A Life of Productivity, on the website. Three takeaways from Hyper Focus. The book Hyper Focus is the name of the book. Hyper Focus: How to be more productive in a world of distraction. uh, you should see if you can read this book, or you can read the summary, or uh, you can look at some YouTube clip on the book. Different ways to look into the book. Mindset, I spoke about belief. Mindset is really important. What is your mindset? uh, you want to be productive, you want to give quality product, services, anything. Mindset, that is going to be key. Your mindset, how you think about that. uh, Productive mindset, what is a productive mindset? How productive people think, behave, live, what are their habits? That is something which you would want to spend your time on. And remember, we are looking at self management, goal setting. Yeah, self management, goal setting. um, So yes, we will look at other things which might be required in business environment, and other concepts in productivity and quality management. But because this is our first session, I really thought that we should spend some time self-reflection. Where are we weak? Where we need to grow? How we can be more productive? You don't really need to do these things which I'm talking or telling you. uh, Not even telling you, I'm just sharing my thoughts with you. You are the best judge of yourself. Just be honest with yourself. I'm not even asking you to tell us that which areas you are weak at or whatever. That's not the purpose. You know yourself, and be honest with yourself. Be honest. Sit down at a quiet space. uh, think about it. Take a piece of paper, maybe write it down if that helps you to think. Because sometimes if you are just thinking, it does not help much. But if you can write few pointers as you are thinking, and then that helps you think also. Whatever you have to do, think about this thing, how you can improve your productivity in your life, in all areas, not just work, your private personal life also, your school also. uh, and whatever tools and techniques you learn about, like for example in the book Hyper Focus, they are telling a lot of techniques. Don't just read them, implement them. For example, you looked at a tool, 80-20 rule. Yeah, 80-20 rule. Don't just read about it. This is the rule, 80-20. You try to implement it as much as you can. Don't expect too much from yourself that now you will be just hyper productive and everything will change. No, change, as you would have gone through various changes in your life. Change takes time, and there are so many things behind change, and so on. So what I'm trying to say is, spend some time with yourself, find what you are, be honest. If you are honest, you will know where you are going wrong. Seek help from other people for improvement at work, in your family. And then one step at a time, pick up one area in your life and try to make it a little bit more productive, and then so on. And you will see over a period of time, uh, you will become a little bit more productive. And then if you continue, and that is what And that is what the concept of continuous improvement is, which we will touch later during the semester. So you need to be on that path of continuous improvement. Yeah. Uh, and then listen to other people how they are explaining these things, productivity and quality management. You heard me what I have to say. You have my website, you can go through that. But I really encourage you to, because we are living in these, especially since COVID-19, now more and more universities and professors, top professors in the world, who have written books, who are scholars, journal articles, academics in productivity, quality, and also in the real business world, they have opened a lot of resources for us. So I think it is good to, listen to them, what they are saying. We might not be able to go to maybe a top university and do our undergraduate there, but the same course from the same lecturers, same professors is available online. Their videos are available. So we can study the same thing which students in that university would be studying or are studying. As a matter of fact, we can even write them email and have a conversation with them. You will be surprised, most time these academics do reply to their emails. Some reply quick, some reply late, but generally speaking, they kind of reply. Uh, so if you write to a good amount of people, you will get a couple of replies for sure. So I think that should look into, this is an executive education workshop uh, conducted by MIT. Yes, so one of the top universities in the world. This is the workshop maximizing your personal productivity. If you would have to pay for this workshop and be there in person, it's going to cost you a decent amount of money. But it's available online. It's just the basics, not the complete thing, but maximizing your personal productivity. I watched it, I liked it. It's 1 hour 18 minutes long. Instead of watching something on Netflix, maybe you can watch this. Just play it, listen to it for 5-10 minutes. If you like it, keep on listening to it. If you don't like it, no problem, find something else and watch it. Uh, but essentially what I'm trying to say is that listen to other people, how they are, look into the course quality management, for example, run a Google search on that, find some good university, uh, see who is teaching there, look at their profile, what type of papers they have published, what is the new thinking going on in quality management. Uh, if their lectures are online, whose lectures are available online, watch them. Uh, if you look enough, you are going to find free resources. So that is what it is. Um, I really like this song, Chronics Likes, and I hope we find something productive and do it for the love and not just for the likes. Yes, and that is the purpose of this introductory class. So all the best with that.